Phil, I should imagine there's an air, well, more than an air of disappointment and also an air of frustration after today's game against Alfreton.
Yeah, absolutely. I've just had 15 minutes with the players after the game, trying to describe how they would be feeling, how I was feeling, etc., etc. We're on the same planet, I'm sure we are, and the word frustration comes out, yeah. But I'm allowed to get frustrated on the touchline because I don't play anymore. The players are not allowed to get frustrated, they've just got to keep on doing what we're doing, and it'll eventually turn into a win for sure. I think if you look at the two sides today, the team that won it has a certain style of football that was successful today. The team that lost it has a certain style of football that will win plenty of games playing that way, in my opinion. I went to India and I had the word belief in Hindi tattooed on my brain, along with honesty and trust. Belief is one of the biggest words in football that you can get your hands on. And we can't lose our belief just because we lost the game 1-0. We have to keep believing that we're going to win more games than lose more games the way we're playing. The style of football might not be to everybody's cup of tea in the National League North, but we have to find a way to win games like today instead of losing them 1-0. And the simple fact of the matter is we've got to be more clinical in the final third, and not just the final third, in the penalty box, in the 6-yard box. We've got to be a little bit more clinical, a little bit more streetwise, a little bit more calculated in them final pieces of the jigsaw. But if you'd asked me as a manager how am I feeling today, very frustrated. Am I pleased at the way our team played? Absolutely, 100%. Am I pleased with the result? No, not in the slightest. It's all about winning, which I said in my programme notes before the game. It is all about winning, and today we've lost the game having been the better team.
It's taken a bit of the edge off the start to the season that you had as well, Phil, hasn't it?
Yeah, very much so. A start that everyone was expecting. And when you expect things in football and they come your way, sometimes you have to grab them and move on. But I think we've grabbed the start well and we haven't moved on. I think what we've done is we've gone into a league that plays in a certain way, and I think one or two of our players have lost the belief in the way we're playing, because style of football in the National League North is not conducive to the way we're doing it. But if we lose our belief, we might as well all go home and don't come back on Monday. I want everybody back on the training ground on Monday with the belief that we can win the next match. It's in playing the way that we're playing. Does it fall heavily on the strikers today? Absolutely. I think the chances that come our way, I was expecting 2 or 3 before half time. And then the only goal we concede is not even by a shot from Alfreton. It's an own goal by Alex Penny, who's in the change room distraught because they haven't kept a clean sheet. And when I mean they, I mean the back four and the goalkeeper. I don't want them to think that way. We all attack together and we all defend together. Have you seen many times Caleb Richards, Joe Fawkes, sometimes Reece McAnally today, were making the extra width or striker or final third pass, and they're good at it. You know, that's the point. They are good at it. That's the reason why I let them go and let them do it. And it revolves around Luke Summerfield holding his position and maintaining that we've got enough defenders when we do lose the ball or in transition, as the modern day game calls it these days. But I'm so bitterly disappointed for the players because the amount of effort and energy they've put into it, whether there was 2,500 here today, which is a few hundred down on my normal crowd, normally at home we get near 3,000. But I don't want the supporters of Kidderminster to lose faith just because of the last 2 or 3 weeks. I want them to gain in strength and in character because of the way we're playing. It's admirable the way we're playing, but the only way to admire it is to win games of football, and we didn't win it today.
I'd probably add something like composure to it as well, Phil, because I think so that would be an area. So Harriers had the opportunities, they created the chances, and had they been a little bit more composed, then would probably have finished it off. The
striker is probably the highest paid earner in any league, any game, any football match, because they're the ones that are in the right place at the right time and can win a game by it going in off wherever. where their bodies are concerned. But we had opportunities today that were clinical, that were in front of goal, that were one-on-one with the goalkeeper, that were free headers in the 6-yard box, and we've not scored a goal. So the strikers it's falling heavily on the strikers. But how many times do you say that about defenders? You know, they've let us down today. We've not kept a clean sheet. It's all part of being a team. It's all part of being an individual within that team. And if it falls upon your head for that moment to come along, then you have to have the proverbials to put it in the back of the net. If we had gone 1-0 up at any stage of the game, you would have seen a different Alfreton and an uncharacteristic Alfreton. At 0-0, they were absolutely delighted. At 1-0, I'm afraid I might have gone home if I had been a Kidderminster Harriers fan, because I'd be thinking, wow, how do we get a goal here? We can't get a goal at 0-0, we can't get a goal the way we're playing, and we certainly can't get a goal the way if we decided to play Alfreton way. So, unfortunately, at the moment, we're stuck with me, and stuck with the way we're playing, and stuck with the players that we've got, and we'll do everything we possibly can to win the next game.